guys, so I'm super excited to film my April haul for you. As I mentioned in my Sephora VIB haul, I was on vacation part of the month and then I already did all the Sephora VIB stuff, so it's kind of a mix of things that I picked up here and there. So I'll start with beauty.com. They actually had a sale prior to the Sephora VIB sale, and it was even better. It was, I think, 25% off, and this wasn't a system-wide discount. It was just, I think, one of those like, oh, you haven't shopped with us for a while and here's 25% off to encourage you to do so. I think they just finished up their friends and family 20% off, but they do those, I want to say, fairly frequently, or as frequently as any other retailer. So anyway, so I got two things, and the first is this nail duo. This is the Nails Inc. Victoria Beckham, and I got the complete set. So there's this opaque beigey nude. This is in the shade Bamboo White, and I'm sure you've seen these. These have been highly talked about. And this is Judo Red, and this is what I have on my nails. So formula-wise, I think this one, if you're going to get one, I would say get the Bamboo White. Really nice coverage, really nice formula. I have this on my toes right now, and I'm not going to show you. But take my word for it, it covers really nicely, and I think just by the sheer number of Instagram photos out there with this, you know, there's a reason. It is quite pricey. I want to say each one retails for like $25 individually, and then maybe together they're like $45. So I definitely took advantage of the 25% off because it made it a little less painful. The Judo Red is nice. The lids come off, by the way. The formula, it's a little on the thin side. Like, I think, when did I do my nails? I forget. But anyway, I'm getting some tip wear, not anything major. But if I can remember when I did my nails, I'll try to give you an idea of the wear time. So far, pretty good. Alright, so I got that. And I also picked up, this is I think it's technically a blush, but it's like a highlighting blush. This is the shade Reckless by Nars. And I think what pushed me over the edge, this was featured or was newly released with their spring collection, I want to say. But I think Tara Babies wore this, and I'm always jealous of her highlighters, so it is really sparkly. I think I was kind of surprised. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I was surprised by the amount of kind of shimmer and sparkle in it. But, you know, for things like filming and whatnot, or nighttime going out, it doesn't hurt to have a little glitter now and then. Alright, so I also picked up, now that I have glitter all over my hands, I got a shirt from Zara, and this may be the first thing I've ever bought at Zara, first and only thing so far. And I was going to, I'm a compulsive online shopper, like if I can help it I don't go into a store, but I actually did go after work one day because it was sold out of my size, and I was kind of obsessed. So it's this shirt, like so, and I don't know if it's still available, but it has like a V-neck collar, and these ribbon things are just to keep it on the hanger. So it has a V-neck, and then it has like a long stripe. I think I actually took some pictures on my phone now that I think of it, so I'll insert those maybe. So it's a little sheer, but it's navy, and this was $49.90, and I got the size extra large just to kind of keep it a little bit loose because it is a bit longer, so I didn't want it to kind of be too tight around my waist. So anyway, so I really like that kind of floral print. It reminded me of something you might see in like Tudor England for some reason. I don't know, but I got it. All right, so next up I got a couple things from Birchbox, and I had a $10 off code. Occasionally they'll send out like, I don't know, $10 off 30 or 50 or whatever the deal is. But I felt like I needed to get some sunscreen, and I had been using the Josie Maran argan oil, but I felt like it was breaking me out, so I wanted to switch to something else. So I got the Supergoop SPF 40 Skin Soothing Mineral Sunscreen with olive polyphenols, broad spectrum SPF 40. And this is marketed as physical UV protection for sensitive skin, calms inflammation, and safeguards against photo aging. And this is, that was my cat. This is 2.4 fluid ounce, and it was $28, I believe. And I was kind of annoyed, and it's really my own fault for not paying more attention, but you know, since it says it's mineral sunscreen and it's for sensitive skin, it's supposed to calm redness, inflammation, etc. It's even for the most sensitive skin types. However, it has a chemical sunscreen. I was specifically looking for sunscreens that were non-comedogenic, which is basically, it's supposed to not clog your pores and cause breakouts. So that's what this was marketed as, but it does have oxytinoate maybe, which is a chemical sunscreen. I think it's one of the ones that is not as bad as like avobenzone, maybe, I don't know. But generally I try to stick to zinc oxide, which is in here. There's 10%, and also titanium dioxide, I believe. So far I've been using it, and it hasn't been causing any problems. So maybe that's, I guess, an indication that I can use some sunscreens that have oxytinoate. But I don't know. I was just irritated, really, that I bought it, even though it's been fine. So I have purchased a couple other sunscreens in the wake of that, and in these I think I bought in May, but whatever. I got the LaVanila SPF 40 Healthy Sunscreen, UVA UVB protection, and this has no chemicals. It has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And this is supposed to have youth-promoting antioxidants, botanicals, and amino acids, non-comedogenic, no mineral oils, silicone, parabens, sulfates, whatever. So that sounded like it might be a good one to try. This is 1.8 ounces, and I don't remember. I think I bought this from SkinStore, and they were running some kind of special, it was like 20% off sunscreen products. So I got that, and I also got the Dr. Dennis Gross No Chemical Filters, it says right there, for face and eyes, dark spot, sun defense, broad spectrum SPF 50. And I think this is a relatively new product, and they have, this one actually, this has higher percentages of both zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. It has 5% zinc oxide, this one has 4.42, and this one has 7.5% titanium dioxide, and this one has 4.9. So I don't know how they do that when this one's a higher SPF, but who knows. And this is 1.7 fluid ounce, and again, this was a more expensive. It's very thin though. I do kind of like these, I guess, narrower style packaging as opposed to like the round. I think it's easier to like fit into a makeup bag or something. Yeah, this doesn't have its claims on the bottle, but Yeah, it's supposed to reduce the appearance of dark spots. I don't know. I have a feeling this isn't really going to be worth the price, but I was in a mood to try some other ones. Okay. And also from Birchbox, I picked up this little set, which I'd actually gotten from, I think from Sephora, like around the holidays, but Birchbox still had it. And it was $12, as you can see. And it says it's a $22 value, and I think, so it has the hand and nail cream, which is 1 fluid ounce, which is nice, and then also the lip conditioner, which I think is full size. And I think you get, I think maybe just this lip conditioner is $12, so you kind of get a bonus hand and nail cream. But anyway, I like this. I keep this at work, you know, just for keeping moisturized. So I also got, this was from Gilt, actually. I was gonna say Haute Look, but I think it was from Gilt. And this is the Napoleon Perdis Autopilot. And I'd had a sample of this, and I just used it randomly. I think because it's still sealed. What's her name? Nicole from Young, Wild, and Polished talked about a bunch of products from them, and I happened to have a sample of it, and I used it. Ooh. And I really like the scent of it, and I don't know what is in it that makes it smell in a way that is pleasing to me, but I don't know. I liked it. But this was 1.7 fluid ounce, has vitamin E and chamomile extract, yarrow extract, whatever that is. So basically I think this is, I think it's just like a nice moisturizer before makeup, honestly. I don't think there's anything super sophisticated about it. Although it does say scientifically formulated to allow your makeup to automatically glide over the skin. But I don't know, I think this was less than half of what it normally retails for, and I think they just changed the packaging recently, because they still sell this product on their website. So I went ahead and picked that up. I also got a brush tree from Benjabelle, and this is in the packaging, and it's still taped shut. Which one did I get? I got the, I think the sunflower is what the SF stands for. Oh wait, open this way. As you can see, I've been using it tons. Actually, I need to use it because I have a lot of really dirty brushes. But I figured this would be a good way to encourage myself to clean my brushes more. So if you've not seen one of these, it has legs that go like so. And then it has the main bit, and this goes somehow, this could be dangerous. I don't know. You get the idea. It snaps in somehow. So I like this one because it had lots of different sizes, like really small eye brushes and then bigger face brushes. And they were having some sort of sale as well. I want to say it was like 20 or 25% off, or maybe more, I don't know. But Destin Hunter had, I think he had like put it on his Instagram or something as them having a sale. And I'd heard of that product before, but I just never pulled the trigger to actually purchase it, and having a sale is as good a reason as any. I also got a few things from ColourPop, and this was my first ColourPop purchase. Oh, I forgot one thing. I wanted to mention with Birchbox, they have some sort of code where I think if you spend $35, you get like a free deluxe sample of some kind. And they have like a women's deluxe sample, or, you know, gifts with purchase section. And they also have a men's section. And I found that the women's section is often out of stock. But I figured, you know, last time I bought that sunscreen and lip balm, I was like, well, you know, I might as well just add the men's section because it's free, and free is better than nothing, I guess. And depending on what it is, I'll, you know, give it to my boyfriend or whatever. But it came with these two guys. This is the Lucky Tiger Liquid Cream Shave little foil, which isn't exciting anyway. But it also gave a 1.5 fluid ounce bath soap or bubble bath in the, I'm going to say it's lemon, but the full thing is when life gives you one too many lemons and you've misplaced your happy place. So that's a nice lemon scent. I like that. This does not have sodium lauryl sulfate, so that's good. So anyway, so I mean that's pretty unisex as anything. So happy about that. So getting back to ColourPop, I've been holding on to this box because I just thought it was really pretty and interesting. And let's see, I purchased, I think this is actually when the highlighters launched, and I got a little note that says, from one aspiring unicorn to another, you're magical. So that's kind of sweet little card there. And they also gave a tips and tricks I guess guide, and it says fingertips will provide the highest amount of coverage, and then it has brush suggestions, etc. And so there's that. So I have on, what is this? Where are you? Stole the Show. And I was highly influenced by Nicole again. And I think I opened this one when I first got it, and it seems like it was a little like cracked, and I don't know if I didn't like fully close it, but it's what I have on. So definitely got some highlighter going on. But you haven't seen the texture of these. They're really like spongy and creamy, and I mean, you can kind of, I guess, press it back into place, or I don't know, kind of manipulate it. So this is Stole the Show. And I'm not sure how I feel about these yet. I think these were $8 a pop. No pun intended. But, you know, if they're that, and I tried, you know, because I was aware of that issue. Like, they're not a product you can depot into a Z palette because they would dry out. But yeah, I mean, they take some effort, and that's kind of high maintenance. So this is Smoke and Whistles. So this one's slightly more pink in tone. The other one was more like a white gold. And I got, having such a hard time finding the names. I don't think they have the names on the outside. Maybe? Maybe not. So this one is Teasecake, which I thought was a really cute name. And this one, ooh, that's super creamy. This one is approaching blush territory, or like a blush topper maybe. I think it looks strange if I put it super high on my cheekbones. And then we have, this was kind of a lavender tone. I think this is Hippo, yeah. So anyway, so I got 4 of these highlighters. They feel really fun, I'll give them that. And that's that lavender one. You can't really see, but a whole lot of sparkly goodness going on. I'm just gonna wipe those. And then I got one blush, and this is Prenup, I believe. Should remember what I ordered a month ago, right? Yeah, this is Prenup. And this one has like a kind of pressed texture, which I'm just now destroying. So that's pretty. A rosy pink there. So it'll be interesting to play with these. I feel like they're going to take up a lot of space, so I'm not as excited about that, but I don't know. I feel like, especially since this one cracked, you could kind of see how far down the pan goes. Like I feel like the pan is only like at that mark or something, so I kind of wish there was a way that they could make them sealed without, I mean, and partly, you know, to keep the cost down. I'm sure they use relatively inexpensive packaging. And you know, as long as you don't fling your makeup around, it should be okay. So what else did I get? I went to, and I'm gonna try to do like a blog post on this, but when I went to San Francisco in April, I went to theBalm store, which was exciting. And this was kind of more of a souvenir, really. But I got 2 of their kind of fillable palettes. And the exciting thing about these is I think you can order them over the phone, but they don't have it for sale on their website or anything like that. So I'll show you. I got 2 palettes, and they have both, I think, 9 and 16 pan. So I like this one. It says Picture Perfect, and has the Golden Gate Bridge, and I don't know, I just like that. So this is what it looks like empty. So they're little magnetized whatever wells there, and they have like a little groove that you can kind of get them out easier, and has a nice big mirror. And I guess this is, it says Picture Perfect and then colors that float your boat, like so, on the back. And I also got this one, which just says San Francisco. It has a little red head with the telegraph tower, which we could see from our hotel, which was kind of exciting. And then I already put shadows in this one, so you can kind of see how those look in there. And I believe there are, let's see, I printed it out here. There's 44 shades that you can choose from, and this I think I just got from like Tim Talia's website. And I circled the ones that I have, so I have 18 out of the 44. And I kind of crossed through some of the ones that I wouldn't like really be remotely interested in. Like a lot of the greens and turquoise, just I would never wear. So yeah, I don't know. You can go to their store, and they have like a magnetic board basically, and they have little eyeshadows, like the actual eyeshadow, with a magnet, and you can kind of arrange in the palette what you want. And they come in little envelopes like so. This is number 27. So kind of similar to, I think, MAC Pro Shadows, or just like the pan refills. I'm not going to be able to get this out now. But the packaging is super cute, as with most balm. You can't get it out. Let's try this one. This is 24. So just like a little plastic like so, and it has a sticky, and now that I'm looking at this, I think I remember that this sticker with the, it has, you can see that, it has the number of the shadow, it says theBalm, but the sticker is actually like on top of this other plastic sticker, keeping the pan in this little plastic tray, which really irritates me. So I ended up, you know, actually like just pushing it out and then kind of cutting around the plastic so that I could preserve the number and, you know, put it in my palette. Because some people probably don't care. Some people are OCD and they do care. So I'm gonna, maybe I'll film a separate video of like how I am going to fill the second one now that I've, you know, kind of experimented with the first, and take swatches and pictures and everything. Because, you know, if you did want to order by phone, there's not a way for you really to see good swatches because these are just kind of out there. And I did receive, they gave me a free nail polish, and I don't know what their deal was. She was like, oh, you know, go pick out a nail polish you want. So I don't know how much you had to spend or whatever, but this was Lilac and Essence, which I thought was appropriate for spending almost $100 on 2 eyeshadow palettes. But again, it was kind of a memento, and you know, even if I don't really use the shadows regularly, I mean, I probably could have gone home with just the cardboard palettes themselves, but you know, what's the fun in that, right? So I think that's it for April. I got a few other homeware things, but I think I might just do that separately or not at all, depending on my mood. So anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.